Good morning. Happy Hump Day, everybody. It's Wednesday, June the 17th. Almost summertime. Few more days. Good morning. It's me, Mitch. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch, and let's start it off as usual. Drink it if you got it. And in honor of our long-lost friend wandering the face of the earth, sabbatical, walkabout, call it whatever you like. Here's to you, Kelsey. I can't help but notice. I can't help but notice that my friend's absence this week has left a lot of people feeling homeless early in the morning, looking for a place to settle. And they've settled here. Wow. The number of pre-show chats has skyrocketed. And I'm trying to decide, what am I going to do? I can't read all these things. Everybody's having a conversation with everybody else about things that pertain to them. And so I normally start my show saying good morning to the early birds. But by the time I got done doing that and sifting through all of that conversation, it'd be 8 o'clock and time for me to say take the rest of the day off. So I'm going to try to skim through them real quick. Ignore the conversations. Just say hello to the people that I see I hadn't said hello. Mostly people just saying good morning, everybody. And we'll try to get up to 7 o'clock in the chat as quick as I can. I did hear from Kills yesterday. He is out in California with his brother. He does need to take some time off. I sent him a link in case he happens to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning out there. I don't expect him to show up, but he said, yeah, send me the link. So he may pop in. That would be nice. I personally hopes he takes advantage of this time to relax and doesn't be jumping out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. Either way, he is alive and well in California, and he'll be back, Alia too, on Monday. There you go. Let me go up to the top of the chat and see. Mike Silly was first on in. Greetings from Tampa Bay. Mike Kinney. Michael's here this morning. Good morning from Philadelphia. Enjoy this beautiful day. Thank you, Mike. And Thomas is here early, and everybody's already saying good morning, Thomas. And Brian Aries here, and Richard Williams is here. Hiya, Richard. Brian Aries. Yeah, see, we're going to get it just to touch. Humira, how you doing? Barry Simon, good morning, Barry. How are you? Good to see you this morning. And I'm going to have to just start scrolling through this. Yellow Rose, how are you, Yellow Rose? And if I miss anybody, it's because I can't take 20 minutes just to get to 7 o'clock. I'm tickled to see that you all want to come to my place to hang out in the morning. That's great. Oh, man, look at all this conversation. Roxanne, friend, how you doing, Roxanne? Good to see you. Chris Swain from Australia says, evening. Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. How you doing? 6:57. All right. Amanda's here. I said that. Hi, how you doing? Larry Ryan, how you doing? Amanda. Amanda and Brian are talking. Larry Ryan's talking and entered the conversation. I'm just trying to get to 7 o'clock here. 6:59. Hang on. Hang on. We'll get there. We'll get there. There it is. And the winner this morning is Anthony here. Congratulations to Anthony, followed closely by you-know-who, Robbie Autry. Drink your bean juice if you got it. Francine Bourgeois chimed in. Good morning, Francine. Stevie Wood. Danny in Boston. But that's a lie. That's a lie. Shame on you, Danny. You're not in Boston. Not today. You're in Merritt Island, right across the intercoastal for me. And you are going to come visit me today, in case you've forgotten. And I'm looking forward to it. So I get to meet Danny today. And fair warning, there may be some photographs taken to prove that for you guys tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it, Danny. And no, you didn't have to change your name to Danny in Merritt Island just for today. And tomorrow I got Michael Seeley. I pretty soon, if this keeps up, I'm going to need a rope outside and a guy with a list. You know, where people can form a line. Oh, I wish. Most of the time, if not all the time. I'm here by myself. Don't go anywhere anymore. Not lately. And I really, really love the company. I love the company. So anybody's in the neighborhood, let me know. Let me know. I'd like to meet all of you. Well, most of you anyway. Don Shiger, good morning. Chuck Super 2, and how are you? Good to see you. And Liz is here. Hiya, Liz. And from Miami, always summer in Florida. I don't know. We had a few chilly morning. Terry says, this is a sample of the void we had when you were in the hospital. No one knew what to do. That's when many others started. Oh, no, it's my fault that you all have started your own channel. It was the stroke explosion. Is that like the Cambrian explosion in evolutionary terms? Oh, no. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not sorry. I think it's great that you guys all have the channels and are participating in this. I watched your pizza thing the other night. It was great to see you all. It was great to see you all, even though I didn't personally participate in it. I don't like participating in chats, not because I don't want to talk to you all, but primarily because I can't type on the cell phone accurately enough after the stroke, and the voice typing, because I think my speech still has a little slur or whatever, it makes so many mistakes. I'm afraid to post what it types because sometimes I don't think it might be appropriate. And it's just too much work to get and I can't do it. I leave that to Lightning Thumbs. If you don't know who Lightning Thumbs is, I'm talking about Peter. I can't imagine. To be that prolific without voice typing is an incredible skill. And here we have Susie Marsh. Good morning, meteors. How you doing, Susie? Good to see you. Who else is here? There's Rick again and Max again. And 7:01 p.m. Put QQQs if you want to ask me a question or steer the conversation any particular way, and I'll try to pick them out. I have a funny feeling it's going to be a busy chatting day. Peter's here. I see Peter in there. Peter's saying hi to everybody, saying hi to everybody. I think I've said hi to all you. Be patient with me this morning. There's a lot of paperwork here to scroll through to get through. I think tomorrow morning we're going to do the panel. So I hope a lot of people come in. And tomorrow evening, of course, is the members community live stream. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you then. Thomas is here. I think I said hi to you already. Donna Ray, Bacon Runner, how you doing this morning? Robbie Autry, of course, our runner-up this morning at 7 o'clock. Hello. Who is this? It's Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Ponte Vedra Beach, good morning to you. Good to see you, my friend. Terry P. is here. Hi, Terry. Said good morning to everybody. And one, how efficient. How efficient, Terry. Thank you for that. Yeah, tell me about it. Peter, it seems everyone is jacked up this morning. Conversation and chat is flying. You don't have to tell me that. I'm all the way up to 7:05 already. And I'm going to endeavor not to get a half hour behind. But on the other hand, I'm hoping that somebody will ask a question. So, you know me, I like to express my opinions as opposed to just saying hi to everybody. Gary, is Gary here? Anybody? Yes, there he is. Good morning from Raleigh, North Carolina. Just in time. Gary chimed in. Gary, the wandering, world traveling, airline mileage acquiring t-shirt has arrived. Originally mailed on the 15th of last month from wherever, was it California or something? The package arrived yesterday. It was the first t-shirt that Gary sent me. I'm not wearing it this morning because I forgot. I had planned on wearing it this morning. I promise I will wear it tomorrow morning, Gary. And it's a great shirt. It's a custom shirt. It has a big circle on it. I think Peter's got one like it. It says Carnivore All Stars. It has my name on it. And I really like it. And I forgot. I got busy rumbling around this morning and stumbled out of bed. I was up late last night working on I had work to do for clients, and I got to bed extremely late last night and did not jump out of bed. That I got up at 5:15 this morning, and the t-shirt, sorry Gary, was probably the last thing I was thinking about. And I finally, as I sat down and got ready to push the button here this morning, I said, oh no, I forgot Gary's new t-shirt. It finally got here. 1 month and 2 days later, it went, following the tracking. It got all the way to Florida. Then it turned around for some reason and went to California. And from California, it couldn't figure out which way Florida was, so it went to Anchorage, Alaska. Honest to God, it lingered in Anchorage for quite a while. I hear Anchorage is very nice this time of year. Evidently, the package thought so. About a week and a half ago, it decided it had enough of Alaska, and it went to Seattle. It stayed in Seattle for a few days before the post office realized that Florida is that way, and it headed to Florida. And a week later, it got to Orlando, and about another half a week later, it finally got to me. Gary and I had given up hope. We thought it was a joke, a hoax, a phantom package. And actually, it came through completely unscathed. I was really, Gary, really expecting shredded rags what was left of this beautiful shirt. I was really expecting that. If any of you have ever received a damaged package from the post office, that is, you know what I mean. Sometimes all the wrapping is, the stuff's hanging out. Well, I expected it to see tattered remnant of a T-shirt, but no, it was wrapped up just like it was shipped yesterday. It'd be interesting. It will be interesting if we could see what this poor package went through and why. In God's name, would it take the United States Postal Service 1 month and 2 days to deliver a package? But it's a story we'll pass down to our great-grandchildren. Gary, that's significant. Good morning, Dee. How are you? Thinking for myself. That's a good trait to think for yourself, because if you don't, other people will indeed think for you and, and try to control you if you let them. Dennis is here. Good morning, DJ Bro. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Who is this? This is Rough Carnivore from Guam. If you've Good morning, Mitch, and all. If YouTube has them, no, I don't think they did. Maybe they did. Here comes Robbie Audrey. Did you bring your football, Mitch? Yes, I have my football. See, Gary got a kick out of my little soliloquy about the package, and I can't believe that I didn't wear it this morning. I can't believe that I didn't wear it. I mean, I could go put it on if you want me to, but I'll wait till tomorrow. I'm in a pretty good mood this morning. I'm looking forward to meeting Danny. I joked with you yesterday. I said, well, don't be too shocked when you drive into the trailer park, where I live. It's not that bad. The problem is, I live in one of the oldest sections. Up in the newest section, it's like a resort when you drive in. Double divided boulevard, gorgeous landscaping everywhere, brand new homes. And that's where they sell their homes. There's 650 homes in there. So, of course, they pay the most attention to beautifying the clubhouse and the tennis courts and the pickleball courts and the swimming pool and the bocce ball courts and the shuffleboard courts and the gazebos and the craft room and the gym. And it's really a beautiful thing. But I live in the oldest section, which is 40 years old or older, and it's way south of where the brand new glitzy, blingy new section is, and you have to come in at the southernmost road, which drives you right down a street, which just looks like your typical trailer park. So if most people who come in to see me don't even get to see what the lakefront, the beauty, and all the beautiful facilities that we have in here. They get to see a street that looks like they're coming into a trailer park. And I don't care, but I sometimes wonder what kind of impression of how I live. And I'm a proud man. I've lived in some pretty gorgeous and expensive places. When I first moved in here, I was almost ashamed. I think that's normal, but I got used to it as it meant less and less to me over the years what anybody thought, period, as long as I'm comfortable and happy. But when I think about visitors coming to see me, driving through driving down the road lined with trailers on both sides, and never got to see this incredible resort-like place I live. Maybe and I never take them on a tour. Maybe I'll have to take Danny on a tour today. We'll see. And I don't think that anybody ever thinks the less of me. Mike Seeley loves this place. He loves to come over here. For Kelsey, this is a refuge. It's great. Of course, he was raised in a trailer park in Los Angeles. So maybe he feels right at home here. I don't consider it really a trailer. It's not like a trailer park. It's more like a retirement community with modular homes. You don't see, most of the homes in here are double wides, and they're pretty well landscaped, and even the older ones. But you can tell that they're older. You can tell. No, my house is not new either. Little trailer park info this morning. And Daddy says, I haven't forgotten I get to meet Mitch. It was spelled with an A. No, W-E, get to meet Mitch. Okay. Looking forward to it. And Thomas says, Danny is the best. Mitch, you will not be disappointed. I have not been disappointed by any of you yet, and I don't expect I will ever. I will ever. This is where Terry says this is an example, a sample of the void we had. Well, and one, I know it's very hard on Kelsey to do these 6 a.m. things. Rick says, I would like a trailer next to a dump for easy pickings. Well, that would be like, it would be like a oceanfront property for anybody else, Rick. You would be in heaven. And I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I hope, on one hand, I hope Kelsey doesn't give up the 6 a.m. thing. I like the idea of having a, because of what we've gotten used to, all coming here in the morning. He does his thing, and he usually does a pretty interesting show with a guest, always somebody to interview, and lately a few more panels. But we'll see. We'll see. It's up to him. I don't want to see him kill himself trying to keep up this ridiculously hectic lifestyle that he's gotten himself into, torn between the YouTube community and carnivore and all the meetups and traveling and a business that he really needs to pay attention to. There's got to be a happy medium. I don't have that problem. My business is in one room, basically. I don't travel for it. I don't need to leave here. I work when I want. And my business that I do on the computer, even though sometimes I put a lot of hours in it a day, those are hours that I'm happy to fill up unless I'd sit around and be bored anyway. So it works great for me. I look for excuses to get out. And Kelsey's exactly the opposite. He doesn't find himself at home very often. And I think he likes being at home in his pottery studio up in New York, making coffee cups. This is therapy. This is therapy. I don't see him in the green room yet. I imagine he's probably out there sleeping. And Peter's talking about goat meat. Okay. Something I've never tasted, I don't think. I do not think I've ever had, I've had lamb and pig and cow. I've had only a few times wild boar when my son was hunting, but they always made sausage out of that. I've had venison, but only a couple times. They're very lean meats. These meats from the animals that you get when you're hunting most of the time are very, very lean. And you have to add fat. And when they get venison or they get wild boar, they usually go to the butcher shop and get a bunch of fat, usually from a cow, and grind it up with the sausage, like they do with leaner cuts of meat when they're trying to make a higher fat hamburger. So Peter's talking about goat. Does goat have, I doubt I'll see the answer to this, but I know that lamb has a very distinct flavor. I'm not crazy about it. I used to, as a kid, used to get lamb chops. My mother used to make lamb chops. I remember you get a whole plate full of these things, you get one bite out of each lamb chop. There wasn't much on it. And it had a very distinct flavor, and it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite. Ribeye is my favorite. I love a good filet mignon, but it's not really fatty meat. But you can't beat it for texture and taste. You just got to drown it in butter or something. Danny, you're the subject of a lot of talk here this morning. And Barry Simon's got himself a Bighorn grill coming. He says, upcoming Bighorn cook-off. Well, see how many of us get those things. Maybe we'll do our own little live stream version of the Great Pizza Challenge. Wouldn't that be great? I don't know how many people are actually going to buy those, because it's not for everybody. You know, you can't have one if you live in an apartment. If you don't have room for it outside, you don't barbecue, you don't live in a place where you don't have any room for outdoor cooking. Why would you have one of these things? Many people don't need it. They already have a backyard full of barbecues or don't want one. So we'll see. We'll see. I didn't expect everybody to run out and get one of these things, but wow, if you got room for it. I know Gary's got room for it, Barry, and a lot of people here that love barbecuing. This thing would be handy. It's cheap, really, considering what it is. The net final price on this after the discount goes, and if you get it from their site and use the $75 off, it comes out a little below $200. If you get it on Amazon with no discount codes, with the link they provide, it's $208. So basically, you're going to get this thing, no matter which channel you get it or where you get it. It's going to be a little over $200. It's incredible. I couldn't believe it when we opened it up. How much stuff was in that box for $200? I marvel. How can they do that? Manufacture it, ship it, make a profit, stay in business. Same thing with all these new appliances. It's crazy. I'm working on a review of these new wireless thermometers that Typher put out, and they're a less expensive version under the name Thermomaven, which is still Typher. The only difference between their expensive ones and this one is it's not a connected one. Well, I don't care. Most people don't care. They want a thermometer that works. They don't want to have to use a cell phone app for it. They don't care if it connects to another appliance. But these appliance makers they think everybody wants a connected appliance. Excuse me. 1 second. Any of you who think it's easy to just start talking and talk nonstop for an hour, try it. Try it. This new thermometer basically has readouts built into the base. You don't need to connect it to anything. Simple. You stick it in the meat. You can set targets. It's got alarms and all that, and it costs less than $70 for a dual thermometer version of that one that I was using. Incredible. So I tested it out the other day. I haven't edited it yet. I'll do that today or tomorrow and put a link for it. And why anybody want to cook expensive meat without the control that's offered by knowing exactly exactly what's going on inside that meat so you don't overcook it or undercook it. Get it right every time. Have you ever noticed that when I cook a steak and I do a video, it always comes out perfect? Well, that's not because I'm so smart. That's because I always use these thermometers. I did it with the Bighorn Grill. I pan-seared a ribeye, testing out this new thermometer, and it perfect, came out perfect. I know exactly what it's going to look like before I cut into it. It's not going to be too raw. It's going to be the way I want it. The only thing you got to learn is what is that temperature that you like the best. And once you figure that out, with a couple of steaks experimenting, you're set. You're set. Once you know the settings on these things. It's like the air fryer settings for the burger patties, the frozen ones. I know I cook it at 350 degrees for 10 minutes, and it comes out exactly like I want it every time. No guesswork. No guesswork. Where was I? Yes. The big cook-off. And Tammy, did I say hello to you? Everybody's saying hi to you. Brian Airy says, morning, Tammy. How are you this morning? By saying hi to Rick. And yes, 7:10. 20 minutes behind. Okay. And Terry says, OldGuyCarnivore. That'd be me. I got a surprise tank top yesterday. Tank top from Gary. And it is fabulous. Gary, you're branching out. Tank tops, holy cow. And I understand I got a coffee cup coming. I guess I gotta earn all this stuff. So let me do my let me pay my bills here, because the t-shirts keep coming, and everybody knows that, like the guy that stands down at the end of the entrance or exit ramps to the interstate with the cardboard sign, that I will work for toys, t-shirts, food, coffee. I have to, because doing this for money just doesn't work out that well. And I hope Gary makes a little money, because he's putting a lot of effort in it, and he's got a lot of talent. Wow. Got a lot of talent. Turn my coffee warmer. This cup has no handles. So I got out here this morning, and I set my coffee warmer like I do to 145 degrees. And I set this on it. And when I went to get my first sip of coffee, I almost burned myself. It was so hot. So I turned the coffee warmer off. Well, I forgot to turn it back on. Now, I had to turn it back on. It's cooled off. I don't realize how valuable that coffee warmer is. Thank you, Francine Bourgeois, for buying it for me years ago. And it's so valuable that I actually bought another one for myself to use in my outside studio when I do, which I'll be doing tomorrow morning, where we're going to have a panel and a little cigar puffing. But this morning we're inside. And here's where Gary checked in. I was in the middle of putting his link up there, and I never followed through. Got talking. So here it is. And check it out. Gary's working hard for all of us and giving away a lot of stuff. Barry Simon, package, meme in email. Okay, right. That's right, Barry. I got sidetracked. Barry has made his first meme of the morning. And we have been meme-less so far this morning. How could I let that happen? So I will download this. And, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means.
package from Noslo T-shirt Empire went on a wild trip from California to Florida, then all the way to Alaska, and finally back to Melbourne, Florida. No slow? More like no fast. What a journey!
No slow. No slow. Noslo. I had to play that again. That was funny. Look at that. That's amazing.
This package from Noslo T-shirt Empire went on a wild trip from California to Florida, then all the way to Alaska, and finally back to Melbourne, Florida. No slow? More like no fast. What a journey!
Thank you, Barry. Cute. That's cute. I'll have to email that to Gary. In fact, let me do this right now while it's there. Let me go forward this and to Barry Simon. No, I want to forward it to No Slow. What am I doing? I want to forward it to Gary. Gary C. There it is. Wake up, Mitch. And send. So there you go, Gary. That's coming your way, your own personal meme from Barry Simon. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. That's great. That's great. I love you guys. Have I told you that? I know sometimes I get aggravated about things I can't change. I get aggravated at the whole state of medical care in this country, and I definitely can't change that. Of lying, I get aggravated at fraud and deceit and hoaxes and lying and politicians and everybody else that is not honest. Get aggravated at trolls. Well, we all know that. But I don't ever get really aggravated. I keep coming back because I love you guys. And I feel at home here. And I don't feel alone. I feel like I got a room full of people. And looking at this chat, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Barry says, I have to fill the quota. Yeah, Barry, earn your pay. Wait a minute. There's something wrong with that statement. It works the other way. Barry keeps supporting me, supporting the channel, and does the work. Wow, wow, wow. I think they call that a good friend, don't you? Don't you? And Danny knows Barry very well because the meetup, where did you go together? Was that the one up in Albany that you went to together? Yeah. Yeah, it's great when we can meet each other. And Dee says, "Oh, Mitch, group hug." Yeah, that's what we do here every morning. Don't. This is why people go to church. I'm serious. It's not so much even about the religion. It's about the community. This is why people join clubs. This is why people are members of the Shriners. Well, that's maybe for business or something, but this is why people like to gather with like-minded people, because you get a feeling of comfort and safety that you don't get anywhere else, other than your own family, if you've got a family that doesn't abuse you. So this is what we do. We get together and we feel welcome. That's why I react so poorly to trolls that want to disrupt the one place that so many of us can go and feel good and feel safe and feel accepted. And it's therapeutic as hell. And those people that will willfully disrupt that don't deserve a place among good people. They really don't. And I try to let them know it. And it does aggravate me. I may look for some questions here. Wow, it's 20 to 8 already. And Robbie says, good cigar morning, Gary. Every morning is a good cigar morning. Question from Dennis. I know you answered my question on iodine last week, but why does it almost tell you you're going to die? Why does AI, oh, I get the AI, almost tell you you're going to die if you take supplements? Well, you have to understand what AI is. AI, the easiest way to look at AI would be to say, no matter what side of an argument you're on, no matter whose opinion on any subject that you could find, AI has that information in whatever learning model was used to educate it. The entirety of Google. So when you think about what's out there on Google, everybody's opinion is out there. Everybody's knowledge, right or wrong, is out there. And depending on the subtlety of the way you ask the question, you can get wildly different answers. And by drilling down with AI and further quizzing it and challenging it on an answer that you know is false, it will change its mind and give you what you want. And you can actually steer AI into giving you exactly the answer that you want to hear, that you already believe, and then use it as proof. See, AI said that it's all propaganda and all bullshit. And AI, that's what it knows. It knows the truth and it knows the bullshit, and it's up to you, which makes it kind of virtually useless, especially in the nutrition space, where 99% of the information it has is bullshit. So you stand less of a chance from getting the right answer. Now, some supplements are good. Some supplements will kill you. Which, AI says, almost always says you're going to die if you take supplements. Well, Dennis, there is truth in that statement. You're going to die if you take supplements. You're going to die if you don't take supplements. You're going to die if you're healthy. You're going to die if you're sick. You're going to die. That's the truth. We're all going to die. That doesn't tell me something I don't know. You can't take any of that stuff seriously. You know what the best part about AI is? It makes funny memes. And it helps people write books. But did they really write the book? I wrote my book, every word of it, at a computer in my garage, puffing on a cigar, for months and months and months. I put my name on my book. Nothing was plagiarized. Every word of it was mine. Maybe not so sophisticated a writing style. It was me. Came out of my head and typed with my own fingers. Today, I could have written that book in 10 seconds with AI. But that's not me. I could make a whole video in 10 seconds, but there's no humanity in it. It's all about how good I get prompting these things. I think it's taking art away from the artist. It's taking music away from the composer. It's throwing all the knowledge and all the talent into one pool and letting everybody access it. So how is anybody going to distinguish themselves anymore? Who are we going to give the Nobel Prizes to? Who's going to win the Academy Awards? Some computer somewhere. It's a very dismal future. Very dismal future. My opinion. my opinion. But I do love it for the memes. There you go. There you go. So if somehow my opinion gets read by some AI database somewhere and somebody asks the question, what is the best use for AI? And somehow it finds my answer, it will see. AI is most useful for making funny memes. But the odds of that being presented as the answer are slim to none. And no iodine in the coffee today. Forgot. Maybe every couple of days I do it. Like I said, it was a prophylactic thing. I'm not a supplement advocate, Dennis. I take the ones that I think I might need. Mostly electrolytes. I don't do the creatine and all that routine every day, but I do it every other day or every third day. I don't know if I notice that much difference. When you start these things, you always notice the difference, but that's generally placebo effect. You expect it, but if you're really honest with yourself, after a couple of weeks, you say, am I really benefiting from this? Do I really need to do it? It's easy to fall prey. It's easy to fall prey to all of this propaganda and advertisements out there, and all the YouTubers in our space making all these videos. We want to do the right thing. But I think it always comes right back to the fact that the right thing is to make sure you eat enough fat, get enough salt, look out for signs that you might need electrolytes, and just judge how you feel. Yeah, your weight is factor in it, but if you keep this up, at a certain point, after year of carnivore, your weight is going to find its own level. It may not be the level that you want. You may not have that exhibition bodybuilder body that you think is what you should be, but that's not what your body wants. Your body wants you to survive, and you will settle at a weight that is the healthiest for you, and most often that weight will include maybe a little more body fat than you think makes you look pretty. But as we get older, many of the things I've read tell us that you just need more body fat when you get older. My body doesn't gain a lot of weight if I stay pure carnivore. In order for me to put on weight, I got to start eating some carbs. So I start eating some blueberries because everybody's saying, oh, you'll die if you don't eat carbs. And then my addiction kicks back in. Next thing you know, I'm needing that shit every day. So every one of us has to find some kind of a compromise. And our addictions are usually the one factor that ends up making the decision about what we do and what we don't do. Karen says, how do you cook a steak stovetop without it setting off all the fire alarms? That's what you say. You have to have a strong range hood. You must have a good range hood with a clean filter, and preferably one that vents to the outside. So many of these range hoods that they sell don't vent to the outside. They suck the smoke in, it goes through a filter, but then it comes right out into the room again. And if it doesn't do a good job, and maybe you're cooking your steak a little too hot if it smokes that much. I cook my steaks in carbon steel on a cooktop when I sear it at halfway between medium. If the medium high, I guess is what you'd call it, but if the pointer on the knob straight up is high, straight down at 6 o'clock would be 30%. I set it to 9 o'clock, or 3 o'clock rather, 3 o'clock. Halfway between high and medium, which is at the bottom. medium high. And yeah, it smokes some, but my range hood vents to the outside. And I know that because when I'm cooking, you can smell it outside. And I don't have a smoke problem. But that is a problem. You can't, I've set off my smoke alarms many times cooking things. So I wish I could tell you, but everybody's range hood is different. But I even put my air fryer. I have a glass cooktop, and when I use my air fryers, I set them on the glass cooktop underneath the vent hood and turn it on. And usually turn it on fairly close to high. Most of the time I don't see any smoke. But in the event that something does, I don't want to smoking up the whole house. Hey, Retired Rick, good morning to you. How you doing? All right, what time am I up to? 7:17. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah, I bet you there are. What a ton of chat. What a ton of chat here this morning. And we have 111 people in the house. I hope all of you are having a good time, because I'm having a good time. Peter's telling everybody I have a great house, and Robbie Archie wants me to push the red button. Okay, Robbie, here it is.
EFM. You know what that stands for? Eat f***ing meat. That's right, eat f***ing meat.
No more of that weak vegan crap.
EFM is the way. Eat f***ing meat and get strong.
The famous red button. There you go. Kevin says, good morning, Mitchell. Looks nice. Oh, I think I have a beautiful house. It's very eclectic because I got a lifetime of crap that I've accumulated in here. So somebody says, well, how's your house decorated? Traditional, modern? No, eclectic. Like Rick. I've got some nice stuff, and I've got some stuff that was cheap. Tristan says, Mitch, since cholesterol is so important for the brain, do you think the doctors pushing or lower LDL is the cause of increased dementia? And the winner is Tristan. Yes, Tristan. Something that should be so obvious to every medical professional is that by putting people on statins that don't need statins is killing them. There's a big mistake that many of us make when talking about statins. And this is a serious mistake. And deadly. It's a deadly mistake. Sick people, which is almost everybody, with high LDL are in trouble and should be more than likely on a statin. It sounds contrary to what we hear from all of the big guys on this channel. Ken Berry and all them talking about, got us believing that nobody should take a statin. And that's not what the medical community is missing. High LDL in a metabolically sick individual will cause heart disease. We've all heard that, but sometimes maybe we haven't put two and two together. If your high LDL is of the small, dense, damaged variety, it will burrow into the artery walls where the inflammation is and accumulate and form plaque, which eventually will become heart disease. That means, if you think logically, that the single most important factor for determining whether a very high LDL is not only necessary for you, but the healthiest thing for you, or is that high LDL going to kill me, is your metabolic health, your systemic inflammation. If your inflammation is low, a high LDL is going to be healthy for you in generalities. If your inflammation is high, you can pretty well be assured that a high LDL is going to damage you. Not high cholesterol, but high lipoprotein count. There is a test for this. You don't have to guess at this. There are a few simple blood tests, well, maybe not simple, that the medical community does not pay attention to and doesn't even consider as they write that statin prescription for everybody and want to put statins in our drinking water. And yes, by artificially lowering, trying to lower the LDL, they are depriving brains that need cholesterol to rebuild the myelin sheaths that insulate the connections between the neurons, and that pretty much is accepted as what causes dementia and other mental illness. That's why all vegans are crazy. There's a generality for you. It's warming up again. The tests are an HSCRP, a high sensitivity C-reactive protein test, is a marker of systemic inflammation. You need to know that. And then you need a nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy separation of your blood, NMR. I said the big words because I'm showing off. But I want you to know that I have a pretty good understanding of the mechanisms here. When they do a normal test, they centrifuge and spread out the particles, and then they can tell you how many milliliters per milligrams per deciliter, or however else they measure the amount of these lipoproteins. When they separate them out using nuclear magnetic resonance, they separate them into many more groups, and then they can give you your LDL particle size and count. Because just having a certain weight of LDL doesn't tell you a thing if you don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is. And some of it can be, the small dense stuff is harmful. What they call big fluffy stuff is not harmful. You need the LDL to transport fat around your body for fuel, because if you're healthy, you're living on fat, not sugar. So it's an individual thing. Why don't the doctors do this? Because they're incentivized to get everybody on a statin, and it's become part of our culture now, and it is killing the healthy people that should be shooting for a higher LDL as long as it's big and fluffy. I can't even talk to a doctor anymore about this. They're so stupid and so corrupted by the system and the incentives of these pharmaceutical companies. It's maddening. It's maddening. Everybody, if they're concerned, should get an NMR spectroscopy test. You'll get results that put you in either what they call pattern A or pattern B. That's a profile of your lipoproteins, of your LDL. If you're a pattern A, celebrate your high LDL. It's keeping you healthy. It's keeping your brain sharp. And if nothing else, point to me. Pushing 80. I'll match my intelligence and my cognitive ability to anybody at any age because I eat so much fat and my cholesterol, my LDL, hovers around 400, which freaks the doctors out. Just freaks them out because they don't know. But I'm a metabolically healthy guy with very low inflammation, normal weight, and even after the stroke, I'm probably healthier than most people my age will ever be because I eat fatty meat. Period. Try to convince anybody of that. We're all crazy. We're going to remain crazy, and nobody's going to believe us. But we've proven it to ourselves. So we're the small band of misfits, which is where the misfits came from, and the revolutionaries living in a cave somewhere, hiding from the armies of people that want to stick us with statins because they know better. They're brainwashed. They're the people that start every sentence with, well, everybody knows, at which point I usually give them the time out, stop right there. Everybody doesn't know, actually. And that's true. So I hope that makes some sense. That's one of the most important things that everybody needs to know about trying to be healthy these days. And that, of course, leads to the conclusion that all the drugs are doing shit and damaging us, and the only way to really get healthy is through a nutritional path, and that is to eat meat and stop eating plants and sugars. It's so simple. I would say it's so simple a caveman can do it. Oh, wait. A caveman did do it. And that's why we're alive today, descendants of that caveman. But we're not going to make it to the next generation or two if we keep doing what everybody knows we should do and start to actually think. The evidence is out there. They do have an NMR test. They do have a HSCRP test. They have calcium score. There are all kinds of ways if you got to know what's going on inside you. You don't need to guess at this shit. You can find out exactly where you are on a spectrum of sick as a dog or healthy as hell. Because we're all somewhere on that spectrum. I hope that made sense to you. I keep trying to explain it and trying to figure out ways to explain it to people that aren't scientists and don't understand the chemistry of it and the science of it. Peter, I don't know how to take that, man. Peter is telling ladies that I'm very handsome. That's a little weird, Peter. If that was a girl saying that, I'd be very happy. But thank you, Peter. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. And he's saying I'm much taller in person. I'm not that tall. I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". But I don't know, for some reason people think I'm short. I'm shorter. You know, Kiltz is a little shorter than me, and I'm not as tall as Rick. About halfway between them. Okay, I got to get through this. I'm so far behind now. All right, looking for questions. I can't read it anymore because I'll be here all day. Let's see. Question. What are you wearing now, Mitch? It looks like the one I said. No, Gary, this is a shirt that sometimes I wear when I'm in a certain mood. It says, if I ignore you, will you go away? Is that appropriate for me? I smile when I put the shirt on. If I ignore you, where you go? I got a T-shirt that had, I don't know where it is, it probably disintegrated. I wore it so much. It had Stewie on it. Remember from Family Guy? Stewie says, "I've stopped listening. When will you stop talking?" And I love that. I wore that shirt out. I wore that shirt out. But I'm not. A lot of people think I'm just antisocial and nasty, but I'm not. But I have a sense of humor, and I think these shirts are funny. And sometimes, more and more and more lately, I just want the human race to leave me alone. Okay. Wow, it is 8:06 already. Question from retired Rick. Mitch, was while listening to the radio the other day, was a commercial came on from WEFM St. Louis. Yes, WEFM. There are many. I looked it up. There aren't many combinations of three letters that they don't have a station named after them. You can't find one. How many? You know how many WABCs there are? So yeah, I looked it up. I wanted to make sure nobody was going to sue me for using it, but then I realized that everybody does, and I'm not big enough or rich enough for anybody to worry about suing me or doing enough damage to their brand by using it on my little live stream. Live stream in the morning. Terry says AI is very 50-50. Yes, it is. Yeah, if you ask what the best diet is, you're going to get all kinds of propaganda. But you can start to say, well, I've heard that from so-and-so the carnivore is the best way. And then all of a sudden it'll kind of lean towards that. And eventually telling you exactly what you want it to say. And then you can use it as an accurate source. It's not intelligent. There's no intelligence. There's no reasoning. There is only a sea of bullshit for which it can pick whatever it wants out of and use it. That's what AI is. AI is not smart enough to reason like a human being would. Donna says, the name of my book is Taming the Beast Within. We talked about that yesterday. Question, Miss Wow, got inquisitive today. Could you please show the panel of women smoking cigars? Says Robbie Autry. Yes, I think I can. I think I can.
Ladies, welcome to my dream. The man of mystery with 8 women, all smoking cigars and talking carnivore.
Mitch, this is fantastic.
This diet has given me so much incredible.
It's amazing.
See, living the dream.
That's the one before Barry redid it and gave Danny a cigar. But that's the one I have filed away here. So yeah, I think that's a funny meme. And that's my best use for AI. The rest of it, it's just like Google anyway. You get search results. You have to then decide whether you're going to believe what it says or the source that they're using has any credibility or not, which puts us right back where we've always been with advice my father gave me all my life from the time I could understand what it meant. He would always say, consider the source. Very, 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 very good advice. This is my book here. It's the beginning. Let me get back to page 1 here. Hang on a second. Taming the Beast Within. And I start out acknowledgement, preface, introduction, The first chapter is titled, Consider the Source. I still to this day think that is one of the rules of life. If some bully insults you, consider the source. If somebody tells you something and you don't agree, you have to lend credibility. You have to understand who that source is, what their motives are, in order for you to make a decision whether to believe it. One of the most important things that you always have to keep in mind. So important that that's the title of the first chapter in my book. If that tells you anything about how that's the basis of how I evaluate basically everything in life. Is it good advice or bad advice? It was the advice my father gave me, along with many other things. My father was a very smart man. I never realized how smart until I started thinking about some of the things he used to say to me. He said to me one time, he says, Mitch, when poverty comes through the door, love flies out the window. I didn't realize how true that was until it happened to me. Talking about marriage and divorce. And even though he knew all this stuff, he still made all the same mistakes, but he never got divorced. He got married and stayed married to my mother until she died. So he didn't make that mistake. He said, my father said to me one time, Mitch, if I'm going to give you any marital advice, it's going to be this. A man makes 3 mistakes in his lifetime. He gets married, he has children, and then he divorces. Those are the big 3. He says, you've already made the first 2. Don't make the third. He was trying to tell me that that's not going to solve my problems, just getting divorced. He really didn't either. So, smart man. I love my father. And I really got to know him during the last 4 years of his life after my mother died. And he came to, he lived close to me, and I saw him almost every day. I value that time and wisdom. He had quite a life, my old man. All right. So much for waxing nostalgic. Let me get back to it. Aaron is here. Hi, Aaron. Didn't see you before. Good to see you this morning. And let me see if I can pick out a few more questions real fast. And Barry says, last meme interruption. Okay, Barry, always got time for another meme. Let's get to the email and LDL meme. Holy cow. This might be a good one. And here we go.
Enjoy the high LDLC carnivore diet? It's poppin' with cholesterol! Eat fatty meat to clog your arteries! Per serving, 1 heart attack!
That's great. That was Gary's T-shirt, right? I guess you got one of those T-shirts too. Yeah, Gary got a T-shirt bragging about your high LDLC. I got that one too, and that's a meme of it. That's good. I like that. Let me play that again, just so we haven't missed anything. We go.
Enjoy the high LDLC carnivore diet? It's poppin' with cholesterol! Eat fatty meat to clog your arteries! Per serving, 1 heart attack!
How about that? Gary, you did good. Barry. Thank you, Barry. That was neat. I like that. Yeah, it's true. Barry Simon, yes, there is one more in email. Okay, but I think that's what. Whoa. Oh, there's another one. There's another one in the email. Hang on a second. Let's see what we got here. He's going to town today. Hang on, guys. If you're hanging in there, I'm hanging in there.
Enjoy the high LDLC carnivore diet? It's poppin' with cholesterol.
Is this the same-
Eat fatty meat to clog your arteries. Per serving, 1 heart attack.
Yeah, I like that one. That's the best one. I like that one. All right, we will file that away. And I'm going to rename it right now, because if I don't, it'll get lost in the shuffle. What was a high LDLC. I'll name it that. I'm going to put it right in the folder now that has all these memes in it. And now it's there. Okay, it'll get backed up and I won't lose it. Great. Thank you, Barry. Thank you for that. And 8:15, I better get through this. Where am I at the chat? 7:15. Oh, 15 minutes behind, 8:01. Looking for the last question. Sorry, guys, if I missed anything. You're all having a great time here this morning. Look at that. Look at that. Gary LDL meme. Barry says, okay. I guess he sent it to Gary too. Okay, good, good, good. And that's where he said, yes, there's one more in the email. I believe that I just addressed that one. Okay, I think I got it figured out. I got to the end of the chat. Last entry, Sandy Blythe. Saying good morning to Patricia Butler. Hi, Patricia. Okay, my friends. I think it's time for me to call it a morning and go out and relax and watch the replay. I look forward to watching myself every morning. There are times I think that it might be the best thing on TV at that given time. Maybe that's being a little egocentric of me, but as I surf around the channels, I become more and more convinced that it's a shame the rest of humanity is missing out on the life-saving and entertaining Morning Coffee with Mitch show. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. A little happy music for you. A few more memes from Barry. One of them says, hug a carnivore. We will deal with that tomorrow morning. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. Another cup of coffee awaits me, although there's a few sips left in this one. I guess Kelsey, good for him. He actually slept in. It's 5:15 out there in LA right now, and I hope he's still in bed and getting some well-deserved rest. And when I see him, we're going to talk about a concept that I think that he doesn't understand very well. It's called slowing down a little bit. Everybody's thanking me. Well, thank you. Thank you all for being here and keeping me company. And knowing that there's still a few people out there that know I'm alive and actually care. Much appreciated. So with that, my friends, I know we didn't get to everything, never do, but there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow morning will be a panel. Be brave. Come in and join me, and let's have a little party in the morning. Until then, you could take the rest of today off and eat meat.